When Pinocchio, the kitty, first arrived at Los Angeles Friends for Life Rescue Network, workers saw that despite his good spirits, he had a number of health issues that needed immediate assistance. Doctors were eager to help him fully recover, but even they were caught off guard by this cat's unheard-of transformation. For as long as Jacqueline de Amor Santiago could remember, she had a passion for anything that had to do with caring for animals. That was why she helped create one of Los Angeles's most popular animal rescue shelters. Friends for Life Rescue Network, FFLRN, worked around the clock nurturing animals who came from rough homes or were in need of medical assistance from accidents. The team behind Jacqueline was equally as dedicated. Everyone at the organization was a volunteer, and even though no one earned a living through their animal work, it was more important to know that they were saving lives, especially when it came to a little kitty named Pinocchio. Even though Pinocchio came from a tumultuous household, he was all purrs when he arrived at the Los Angeles organization. He had a slew of health issues he needed taken care of, and it wasn't going to be easy. The most obvious of the ailments? A misaligned jawbone that caused his mouth to look as if it was a sideways smirk, but that was only one of his issues. He was no Garfield. It looked as though Pinocchio hadn't eaten a proper meal in days. Upon arriving, workers gave him 2 full cans of food that he devoured right before nestling up in a cozy bed and getting some much-needed rest. Over the course of a few days, it seemed like Pinocchio was gaining more strength by the minute. He was keeping active and his muscle mass was improving. Of course, he needed more than just strength. The medical team pointed out an issue in one of Pinocchio's pre-surgery scans. X-rays show his chest shape has completely changed over the last few weeks. The surgeon said this caused his breathing to suffer. He was also fighting off a rough upper respiratory infection and suffering from a painful umbilical hernia. These issues required more than food and rest, so doctors got to work once he adjusted to life at FFLRN. The fact Pinocchio was only 3 months old meant extra delicate care was required with his brittle body, but he was a trooper, and he came out of surgery with a new lease on life. After the operations were over, Jacqueline and the rest of the staff visited the little guy at the Animal Specialty and Emergency Center where the surgeries took place. He responded with an army of purrs as they admired his progress. Jacqueline said of Pinocchio after emerging from surgery, he completely won over the entire staff team who took care of him. They said he purred so loud they could hear his heart. Such a good boy. Pinocchio was eventually going to find a foster home for a permanent stay, but until that happened, Jacqueline brought him back to her place where he was greeted with a new bed and plush toy. Not only was the cat's breathing significantly smoother, but the flea issue was totally resolved and it seemed like he was excited about life overall. This was the kind of change everyone prayed for beforehand. I came home yesterday to a very playful boy who wanted a lot of scratches. He has been up and about and is feeling much better and getting more active every day, said Jacqueline. Of course, to show everyone just how far he came and how powerful he was feeling, Pinocchio donned a Superman shirt for the first several days. The guy really was like a fluffy little superhero. His spirit is just as it was, Jacqueline said. He's a strong, playful, loving sweetheart with the biggest purrs. When he sees me, he shoots out of bed, a little too fast, and comes right over for pets. Pinocchio deserved a huge toast for his magical journey through the Friends for Life Rescue Network. He was once a lost kitten in need of help, and now he is living his life like a VIP. As excited as Jacqueline was about Pinocchio's health, she was most happy for him to eventually mingle with other cats and make some friends. However, she didn't realize that across the country, there were more kittens that needed her help.